Yo, what's up? We got this is another episode of NBS. That was really weird. Why did I do that? That was really weird. Anyways, I'm Alan.
I don't know.
We got Kyle here.
Hey.
The two amigos doing another episode. Tomas gonna join us because he had his own obligations that popped up. So we'll see him next time. Anyways, so how is your life going on summer vacation, Kyle? I'm hearing you're having a great time. Having a great time.
Yes. We talked about it just before we started recording. I am loving summer vacation. It's gotten to the point where we need to get out of the house. We've been cooped up a little bit too long, so we hit up a little water pad today with the kids where they just literally ran around and got splashed with water for an hour and a half, got ice cream, took a nap, ate dinner, went on a walk out in nature, and then came back, did bath time and all that, and then here I am. And I couldn't ask for anything more. It's just living the dream.
Yeah, that sounds lovely. I mean, that's kind of one of the things that kind of sucks about, having to work and everything, is that you don't get to spend as much time with your kids. Yeah, jobs and having, that kind of responsibility. You don't get to spend as much time with your children. And
that is
you're getting that.
That is the bonus of a teaching position. The built-in vacation time. I think I've said it for a few podcasts in a row now, but it's hard to beat, right? Like, we're not getting paid for this time, but you budget and you plan and you get paid a yearly salary. So as long as you're budgeting smart, you're going to be fine, and you can keep your job for not working for 2 months. So it's one of the perks. It's a difficult job, just mentally. It's a mental grind. So yeah, I enjoy it. I think it should be maybe not 2 months, but there should be programmed in vacation time for most jobs that are salary.
I mean, I agree with you for the simple fact that every other first world country seems to give more vacation time than the United States, so that's a whole other topic.
I hear that, I know, but yeah, I don't know. I would love to hear some more details about it, but yeah,
I'm not going to give you the details, but look it up. There's a lot of good information about it, and hope there's some movements to push that for us. But that's not where we discuss. We don't discuss politics on here. Oh my goodness,
not much. That's not political.
It's a little bit.
Just life. I guess so.
Bit. Because I mean, the politics kind of create the situations.
Right.
But anyways,
I knew you had it. I knew I was going to let you get it.
I was going to find it. I'm also mentally drained from the constant doing stuff. I mean, I'm not doing fun stuff, but I'm getting drained.
You're working. You're in full-time work mode now. Yeah. We're on the opposite schedules yearly. I mean,
we are. I get a lot of extra work in like 2 months just slammed together, which is a bit rough, but we'll make it through this time. I hope. Have you been keeping up with this submarine stuff? I'm gonna leave it here for a second. The Titanic submarine that went down.
I heard about it. I haven't been following it, but I heard it's a pretty wild story.
Until like today. So
is
hope
it an
they
update?
do okay.
Did they find them?
No, as far as I know, at least not today. On Tuesday. Wow, I did my opener terrible. Tuesday, June 20th. They haven't been found yet. But
yeah, hi everybody. Yeah, if you're listening to this, there's a story about people that paid to go see the Titanic. It's really expensive, hundreds of thousands of dollars, and they're missing. These people got missing.
I think there was 5 people, and each of them spent $250,000 to go on this expedition.
Yeah, so you're the details guy.
And one of them, I know one of them was a billionaire, so everybody is strangely excited for their demise, but I'll leave that alone. And at this point, unfortunately, we're hitting up the mark where there's not enough oxygen. So we'll see what happens in the next couple days.
So unless they've like washed ashore in some,
well, even then it doesn't matter. It's the submarine was designed to only be open from the exterior. So even if they were floating, it doesn't matter. So
what kind of that seems backwards. Yeah, see, I haven't followed it then to that detail.
Look, if you want to look into it, it's just a series of terrible ideas pulled together.
So I'm gonna wait for the movie because the movie's kind of at least
I'm
gently,
sure there will be. Yeah,
they
something
gently kind of put you into that situation and not just you get all the horrific details all at once.
That's true.
There's gonna be a movie, you know there is.
I'm sure there'll be something for sure.
They're already casting. Right now.
That's so sad. I
mean, sad. Yeah.
I'm saying I'm not saying you're wrong, but yeah. Either way, if you want to get a hold of us on the,
I was gonna say sometimes when you're right, you can be wrong at the same time.
Yeah, at the same time, you're right. Yeah. Well, if you want to get us on our socials, I'm on. Well, the podcast has a Twitter for the time being, which is nerd_BS. I have my Twitter at ScadMatrix, and we have an email at nerdbackstory@gmail.com. If you contact any of my stuff or that stuff or Kyle's stuff or Tomas's stuff, we can get you in our Discord where we have lots of discussions about all this stuff as it happens. Kyle, why don't you go through your socials and then we will move forward.
Yeah, you can find me at SkyBossin pretty much anywhere. SkyBossin Video Games on Instagram, and that's the main hub. I'm on there often. And I'm going to be doing a sale this Saturday on Whatnot. So if you hearing this before, I don't know what the date is. It's the 25th or something, 24th. Come over to my Instagram, SkyBossin Video Games. There's a link to the show I'll be doing, live show. And I haven't looked into it, but we're supposed to be able to do multicast now on Whatnot, so I could probably put it on Twitch and YouTube. Yeah, I don't know, like, no promises for this upcoming one, but it's happening, right? Whatnot is growing, and yes, sounds really cool.
That does sound pretty cool. I'm excited, and I hope you get to sell all the things you need to sell.
Yeah, we're going on trips to SeaWorld next week.
Oh, you're going to SeaWorld. Nice.
Yeah, another perk of being a teacher, the SeaWorld gives you a free pass for being a teacher.
Really?
Yeah.
So, I know.
Yeah, it's a program they have. I didn't know either. Another teacher friend told us, so we have to redeem it before the end of this month. So we're gonna go next week. So that's paid for, but travel expenses.
Of course.
Right. So that's my stuff. That's a lot.
At least but at least the main event is paid for, so that's cool. I think Tomas has some stuff. I'll put it in the description, so if you check it out down there, or if you misheard any of our social stuff, it should be down there. I don't think I've put Kyle's Whatnot stuff down there, so maybe I'll have to, if he has a link or something, maybe I can get that from him to put it down there as well.
We can figure that out, yeah.
But we can figure that out next time. But for now, let's get on to the topics at hand, as we had a couple things happen. Most importantly to me, so I brought it up in the Discord as well, but as anybody who's been a listener for a while knows, I've gotten really into Coheed and Cambria, and I've been kind of keeping up with all the things that have happened with the band. And most recently, on Twitter, they posted, I think it was about 5 to 6 days ago, that there was going to be a new music video for Ladders of Supremacy, but it was going to be premiering on Crunchyroll, the anime application, which kind of threw a lot of people off because, for those who don't know, there's been a lot of push from the fans to try to get something to happen with the lore of their music, including that there was a movie that was in works with Mark Wahlberg as a possible producer, but that didn't kind of go anywhere. There's been a lot of comic books, graphic novels, and there was a novel itself that have come out. So a lot of people are seeing this news, started just immediately going straight to a possible animated show of some kind.
How do you feel? Like
would
if that
be
were the
pumped about
case?
something like that. Yeah, if that were the case, that would be phenomenal.
Okay, good.
Because I've read all the graphic novels. I'm working through the book right now. I just started it, and I want to go through they have 3 coffee books too for the other albums that I'm going to start reading as well after that. So I've been going through the lore as well. So I would be super stoked if something like that happened, to be completely honest. So I got
cool.
Yeah. So I got super pumped. And so once they announced that it dropped today. And so I went out and immediately watched it. And I love the song Ladders of Supremacy, but I love the whole album. I mean, I think there's only like one song that I don't like as much as the other ones. So the song is still wonderful. I didn't really like the music video that much. I won't lie. It kind of felt like... What was your question?
Was it an anime style?
No, so it wasn't. So they have another music video. I can't remember the title of it at the top of my head, which one it was, but it uses the same type of animation that was used in this one, but it was much more put together, and it just felt like it needed some more work. And
I'm watching it now.
Yeah, this animation is kind of like almost like a PS2 style. And
yeah, I was gonna say it's just like 90s.
Yeah, it's really rough.
Saturday morning CGI cartoon.
So unless they're like, this is just the prototype stuff they're still working on, and so they just kind of threw something together for this music video or something, but it seems a little rough, and I really hope they do something with it, because there's moments where it does look pretty good, but it definitely needs a lot of work. There's
potential there, but it does seem like
this
is like it's like the demo.
Yeah, and a lot of people are saying that. There's even people that are clamoring that, like, well, this kind of looks like something that was made on the AI. There's been a lot of AI videos coming out.
Oh yeah,
so people are starting to think that too. I don't know if that's what it is.
Yeah. There's moments in there where it's like definitely like one of those AI videos where it's just morphing. Yeah, that's weird. Maybe it's just to keep you fans, keep you fans satisfied a little bit.
Yeah, it is still a great song, and like I said, there are points that are good, and this could just be the beginning of something. Also, it didn't really premiere on Crunchyroll as well. It premiered on Crunchyroll News. It was just an article that had a link to the YouTube.
Oh, okay.
So that kind of threw me off too. I was like, okay, so it's not really on Crunchyroll. It's just kind of
interesting.
It is interesting. I'm curious to see where it goes. A lot of people, I've been seeing a lot of comments that people are claiming that, well, the Koei and Camera don't have enough money to really do a high quality anime or anything like that, and so they really need somebody else to pick it up. So I don't know what that entails or means, but we'll see what happens. But at the same time, like I said, the music video didn't really floor me or impress me too much. So it is what it is. I'm hoping they come up with something with it. Maybe it is, like I said before, maybe it is some early pre-production that they're working on, and they just kind of threw it together to put something out.
Yeah.
But who knows at this point. So, yeah.
I'm sorry. That's kind of like good and bad.
Yeah, it's back and forth. It is what it is. But going into good animation, but with a much higher budget, I'm sure, into the Spider-Verse 2 that came out. I have not watched it. I think you haven't watched it either. We just watched I just watched the trailer a little bit ago. It looks good. I'm excited to see it. I was just informed, and I don't really know. Is this really a spoiler alert that it's two-parter? It's a two-parter.
Yeah,
it's not really that big of a spoiler. With you saying that it's just a couple months.
I kind of wish I didn't know.
Yeah,
But at
but
the
at the
same
same time,
time,
I'd be upset
right,
if I
right,
if it just
exactly.
had a hard cliffhanger. I was like, oh come on, okay, come on. Uh, I want to see a full movie when
Exactly.
I go to the movies. I don't want to see
Yeah,
half of one.
because it sounds like it's a pretty big cliffhanger. Yeah.
Oh, is it that bad, huh? I don't even know what the cliffhanger is,
I
but
don't know. I don't know either.
sounds
But
even
here's
worse.
the release date is actually March of next year.
Okay.
So
Oh, next year.
2024. Yeah. So like. less
Oh,
than
I
6
thought
months.
you said it was like coming out later this year, so I thought maybe they were doing like a 1-2
Dude, I
type
said-
thing.
I said May.
But-
Okay, and you've been working a lot. I understand.
And that would be before. You're right. Okay, all right.
It would still be before. I messed
It
up.
You're fine. You're fine. I get it. So that makes you have to wait even longer for the conclusion of this film, which is going to be a whole thing.
Well, March. I mean, it's less than a year. It's not. It's more than 6 months. I did the math wrong,
Okay,
there, but
all
it's
right.
still
I'll
less
give
than a
you.
year. I know it's a thing. So I'm gonna wait. I'm gonna hold off to watch this one. I
I'll
want to watch it
probably
in
still
theaters.
watch it digital. I didn't really care about seeing it theaters. Part of me
Really?
wants to. Yeah,
What
I
did
don't
you think of
know.
the first one?
I love the first one, but I didn't see it until way later either. I didn't go see it in
Mm.
theaters or anything. I randomly
worth it.
watched it. I think it was on Netflix or something, and so I just threw it on one day.
It's
And I
worth
really enjoyed
Just the spectacle, man. It's just so good.
It's that big of a spectacle.
The animation, dude. Like it's
Okay.
it's a big difference from you know your big screen and home to the the actual big screen. With this
Yeah.
one, other movies I'm kind of like whatever. But this one I
Yeah.
think it's really worth it to go see it. I think I saw the first one 2 times in theaters.
Wow, I didn't know that actually. I mean, that's
Yeah, it's a
cool.
big deal
I'm glad
for
you
me,
enjoyed
right?
it that much, yeah. I didn't know.
Yeah.
I mean, I didn't know you liked it that much. I did really enjoy it. So
I have the Steelbook special edition Blu-ray thing and everything. I need to watch it again.
Okay. I was actually thinking about watching it again too recently after the second one came out.
Dude,
I was actually just kind of waiting for Vudu to throw out a early access streaming, because that's what they did with like Evil Dead
Voodoo.
Rise,
Yeah.
and some other
Yeah,
ones.
yeah,
Where
yeah.
they just do like it's still in theaters, but it comes out early, and you just pay like $24 to $30,
Okay, yeah.
and you get it early. And so
You
that's
just- I know
usually
you've
really
been going-
nice.
You were going to the movies so much. I know you.
I was.
The busy season. I'm kind of surprised.
Yeah.
You,
Well, I
dude, you
was-
know what? On a side note, I
Yeah.
almost, maybe I'll do it tonight. Maybe not tonight. This week, I almost popped in the Hellboy movie that we've been talking about for years.
Oh, there you go.
And I know you said to text you.
Yes,
When I was
text
gonna
me
watch
if you
it.
watch it. I will try to watch it before next time we record.
Before
just
we cast, yeah.
a little bit.
Well, I'm telling you
I'll
this.
figure it out.
I will watch it in the next 2 weeks. It's in the
Next
queue.
2 weeks, huh? Okay.
Before the next time we record.
Get it on there. Yeah,
Yeah, I've been watching some movies, and we'll talk about that in a little bit. But
for sure.
just to give you a heads up.
Well, you've been watching some movies, but did you watch Flash?
Dude, I don't go to the movies. I recommend going.
Sorry. Flash doesn't deserve a movie-going experience.
I
is what
haven't
I'm
gone to
hearing.
the movies since Spider-Man.
I
No Way Home.
keep forgetting you do have two children at home
I know.
that are
At this
very
point,
young.
though, I just need to find a good babysitter. Though, like the excuses are
Oh.
gone. They're they can walk and talk. So we just got to get a babysitter that.
So you can start
can
seeing
rely
movies
on.
again. Yeah.
Yeah, we just go out. We need to get out. So, anyways, yeah,
sure.
but still haven't been to the movies.
But Flash did come out, and it's been getting warm reviews, lukewarm
It's-
reviews.
A typical DC film.
You know, that
Stars
shouldn't be
reviews.
so accurate, but it is. And
I mean, come on, I'm not
that's
wrong.
upsetting. No, exactly. You're exactly right. That's very upsetting. So somebody
It
brought
is.
this up. So the main problem, from what I've been understanding with this film, is the CG is just awful. We had a
Yeah,
similar
it's
problem
not
with
helping.
yeah, we had a similar problem with Quantum when it came out, the Ant-Man movie.
Oh, right.
People claiming that the CG
Forgot
was
about that.
bad.
You saw
There
that one,
was-
though, right?
No, I hadn't seen it yet. I've been meaning to
Oh,
put it on because now it's on Disney Plus. So I've been meaning to see that one.
gosh. See, that's the thing. Yeah, we'll get into that. Continue
So
your thought.
the issue is becoming every one of these movies now is having poor CGI, especially the superhero films. And from my understanding now is it's because they're pushing them out too fast. It used to be you had like 1 or 2 a year, and now they're pushing all of these superhero films out. So basically, they're going with the quantity over quality model
I
of
mean,
the CG.
that makes sense, but wasn't the Flash in development for
Yes, it
while?
was, but that doesn't mean that the CG was worked on in that time. But
Okay, yeah, okay, that's fair.
I mean,
I
we
hear
do
you.
have a director. I think there was the director, and I hope I'm not butchering this, but who was stating the reason why those CG scenes were so poorly done was intentional to make it seem like you're in first person of the Flash, because that's what he would see if he was running that fast.
Oh, like it's supposed to be blurry?
Yeah. So
It's
eh,
it's a smart move. Smart quote.
yeah.
But I felt like it was done well in, what was it, Batman vs Superman, or no, what was the other one? Justice
yeah,
League.
Batman vs Superman had, and even Justice League had actually really good CGI.
Yeah,
So it's the more recent
Yeah.
ones that have been
We're-
having issues.
we've hit the budget cut era of superhero movies, which is starting to show, and it's showing in the box office because the Flash, and I was surprised. I'm really surprised,
thought-
and
Yeah.
I'm kind of sad, not super sad, just because I don't really like the guy that plays the Flash.
Yeah, I
and
don't
haven't seen-
think anybody's gonna sit here and defend Ezra Miller. I'll just
Right.
leave that on the table.
But that being said, I haven't even watched a DC movie since the first Shazam. I don't know, or the redone Justice League. So I haven't watched Black Adam. I haven't watched the new Shazam.
Nope, didn't
Whatever
watch
the
Black
heck.
Adam. Didn't watch Shazam. No, you're right.
I haven't watched any of those, and I think more people are starting to follow because this was the worst opening weekend for a DC movie, I think, ever. Or even Black Adam. Like, it was worse than
Yeah.
all of those.
It was worse than Black Adam. I didn't know it was worse than Black Adam.
the
That's
opening
crazy.
weekend. Yeah, I know
Wow.
that's so. Like, again, like you said, no one's going to defend Ezra Miller at this point in time. There's a lot of crap going around his name, not good stuff. But also, is this a trend, like, of superhero movies going downhill as far as box office and earnings? Because
I don't know.
if
And
they're
if you
already
start throwing, it's also even with this movie, you're having too many you can't have so many blockbusters in a row. People don't go to the movies that much. Like, I think at some
Yeah,
point
I
it's like
don't.
diminishing returns. Yeah, you're gonna get some people are gonna do it, but I mean, I don't go to the movies but
Well-
a couple times a year, like maybe 5-6 times a year if it's a good year. So
yeah, here's
I'm not the average audience though, but at the same time,
the thing.
seems
Here's
like-
the thing.
mhm.
And this is just my experience. When the build up for Infinity War was happening, I had to go because I needed to see the next step in what was happening. So it was like a comic book, right? Like, you had to see where the story was going, what was going to happen next. Well, DC did their Justice League build up. The threat's not there anymore. Even Marvel finished the Thanos thing. So, like, they're on the downhill side of their story
Yeah.
arc, and they're not building anything up again. And I thought they would, and what they're doing is just terrible. It's all just side stories. Nothing's connected anymore, and it's like, why not? Why not do another big story
It
arc?
did-
Because
It did feel like they were trying to move towards what is his name? Commander. He was also the villain in
I'm talking about Loki.
yeah. Zang.
Yeah. Zang.
It looked
Kang.
I think it's
Kang.
Kang.
With a
There
K.
it is. Why did I say Zang? Kang. Yes, Kang was supposed to be the next big villain, but then Jonathan Majors also had a bunch of issues come up too. So he's now. We don't know what's
Oh,
going
really?
on there. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the details, and I'm not going to go into it here.
Yeah, we don't need to go into that.
There's
I haven't
more.
heard of that.
His publisher or whatever. I can't remember publicist. I can't remember the name is of the person who controls his. Yeah, dropped him. All sorts of stuff. So you can look into it if you want to, but it's basically I'm kind of curious what that means for the future of the MCU right now.
Dang,
because that was the next supposed to be the next big bad guy.
I'm sorry for laughing, but it's kind of like I don't know. It's like that's what you guys get for hiring these people. I don't know. And he's you know what? Neither of these guys have been convicted in a court yet. But oof. Yeah. That's but part of me is sad too, right? Because we're doing a nerd BS podcast, and when we started it, I feel like we were in the thick
of Marvel, both superhero films and Star Wars, and even Star Wars I'm having a hard time following right now. So it's
part of the reason why we started it. We're like, we need to talk about this, but we need a structure. Because we want to talk more, and now we're in this weird phase of I didn't even know that happened to Majors. We're in this weird phase of allegations, and Star Wars is in a really bad spot. But here's the thing: it also opens up the gate for something new to kind of spring up if we allow it. Like us as nerds, and I'll say this: I'll get on my soapbox a little bit early. We need to take a step back a little bit, just relax, right? With the quality of movies, with the and you can nitpick the CGI. That's fair, but we've gotten so many amazing movies lately, and some of them are bad. That's fine, but let's just take a step back a little bit and just say, let's let something new come up, right? Maybe something new needs to emerge, and that's why we're just stuck in this rut, because we're doing all these cameos, we're doing all these reboots, and it's just not working. So let's give something new a chance. And it's we don't
like 50 superhero movies every year or whatever. We don't we
really don't
shows and anything. We could slow down a little bit. I mean, just
gosh,
looking right here. Yeah, you got
all the Marvel shows. They kind of stopped.
Aquaman. See right here, Aquaman, Blue Beetle, Shazam, Guardians of the Galaxy 3. If you want to count Transformers, Spider-Man and the Spider-Verse, Marvels is also coming out this year. Quantum came out this year already.
Cut out a couple
just superhero films,
which is good, right? But cut out a couple of them and make the other ones better. Just put all those funds in one, like cut one of those. I think Blue Beetle has a chance to be really good because he's unknown. He's unknown, in the general population, and it's something that would be new, right? And they need to get away from the current universe. They just need to. Yeah,
I think the best DC movie I've seen as of late was The Batman, and that was not connected.
Yeah,
and it was completely isolated.
That was one of the better ones. That's true. I'll give you that. So maybe he's Yeah, what happened with that? They're not continuing that?
I thought they were continuing it.
Will they make another one?
I think so. I don't know.
They need to pump it out, though. No, I'm just kidding.
No, they need to slow down and do whatever they need to do. Take your time. But you watched another movie that wasn't superhero related. That I think I saw a trailer for at one point, but forgot it existed. So what did you watch?
Okay. I got to back it up a little bit because I forgot about the other movie I watched, which you have seen. And so I've been looking for movies my wife and I could watch together. And I've told this story before, but back in the day when the movie Get Out came out, I told my wife it was a rom-com. And she believed me until 15 minutes or so into the film.
It's a slow burn. I won't lie. It's a slow burn until it hits.
Yeah. The opening scene is a rom-com. The opening scene is the couple are being giddy and they're like, we're going to go see our parents. And you're like, okay, this is fun. And then they run into a deer. And that's around the part where my wife's like, what are we watching? I was like, yeah, it's fun. And so like I can't trick her anymore. But I watched this without her, but she came in halfway through the movie Nope from
Oh,
Jordan
nice.
Peele. Yeah, I was like,
Mhm.
you know what? I'm giving it a shot. And it's probably the best alien horror movie I've seen.
I can give you that. I can give you that.
Because and that's saying a lot for me because I think alien movies are just the worst. They're so cheesy.
Oh, even like Alien and Aliens?
Alien, those two are okay.
Okay, all right.
I mean, for their time, yeah. I didn't watch them when they came out.
Yeah, of course.
They hold up okay, but not as well. You know what I mean? Like,
Uh-huh.
um,
Well, I can
so-
go through a list,
so
but you keep going. Yeah, you keep doing your thought.
let's say modern then. Let's say modern alien horror.
Okay, I could give you that. I can't think of any modern ones that I
Because-
really liked.
Because I remember, I still think people rave about Signs, and I thought that was like the dumbest.
Oh, yeah,
Oh.
especially at the end, it got real bad real fast.
The whole thing, it was just like,
Mhm.
we want to talk about bad CGI, and that was 20 years ago.
Mhm.
But when they had that stupid clip of the alien, I saw that. I was like, that's it. I got better graphics on my PS2 right now. Like, come on. So that whole movie, Signs, just like that was the starting point because it was so hyped up, and everyone's like, it's so scary. I just alien movies for me were like, this is a joke. But Nope was good, and the good thing about that movie was the characters did like the smart thing. Like, it's literally called Nope because they say it, and they're like, hey, don't do that, and the character goes, nope, I'm not doing it, and you're like, okay, good, right? Like, don't walk into death, right? And they don't, and it's really smart that way. And I enjoyed it. Let's just say that I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun, but my wife came in halfway through and she covered her eyes through a bunch of it, and I was like, okay, that's fine, that's fair.
Oh man.
So then I looked for another movie that was an
Uh-huh.
actual rom-com, and I found one called The Lost City with Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum.
I think it's Channing Tatum. Yeah.
Yeah, and I thought it was funny. It was a good rom-com. It's a good, just, kick back, watch with your significant other. It's nothing special, but I feel like it was better than Uncharted, the movie.
I still
And,
never watched that. I've
don't.
heard such bad things, and I just never went into
I don't
it.
know. Did you play the games? Did you enjoy?
Oh
the-
yeah, I loved all the
Okay.
games.
So then don't do it. Like, if you haven't seen the games, it's fine. But if you have seen the games, you're gonna be like, what the heck is this? So I recommend The Lost City over Uncharted, especially if you're on a date or whatever. And there's a Brad Pitt cameo that's really funny. And yeah, I was surprised because I was expecting hot garbage, and it's only slightly better than garbage. So there's my recommendation of the week.
Not hot garbage. That's the
No. There's hot
Oh.
garbage, then there's garbage, and then there's whatever's slightly above garbage, whatever that is.
slightly above garbage. All right, perfect.
And I like Nope, so that one, I mean, that's good. That movie was good.
Yeah.
You should watch Nope.
Nope is really good. I loved Nope a lot. I don't, not to spoil anything, but the chimpanzee scene is probably that was the
Ooh.
scariest part of the movie.
It
No.
was that part was a little rough.
Oh yeah, I was
And
on
then-
the edge of my seat. So
Yeah, and the thing about Nope is that it had me thinking later, like the next day. Like, that's when
mhm.
I deem a movie good, is when it has me thinking about it, like the following day or the days after I've seen it.
yeah,
And yeah, I was like, how is that connected to it? And yeah, I won't spoil anything either, but like, yeah, it's really well written and made, just like a fresh movie that doesn't really, it's not a remake, for the love of goodness. It's like, it's just a new idea, and it was fun to watch.
good. Well, we can move over to video games because some other cool stuff happened. I think
Oh, yeah.
I posted it in Discord, and we had our Final Fantasy 16. I know I've been excited for it for a while. I think you have too, Kyle.
Yes.
It's coming out this
I
real
still really
soon.
play
I think.
15 though.
Well, they're all
Unfortunately.
connected, so you got to start with one and move your
Oh my
way. No,
gosh.
it just-
Oh, stop it.
no, they're all separate stories, which is what makes Final Fantasy so good. Because I've only played about half of them myself. But the 16 demo came out, so everybody can try it for free. So go on your PlayStation 5 and give it a shot if you have one.
But
Man,
is it connected to 15?
No.
Or am I? Okay.
So
It looked like it.
I heard something where somebody was saying it's like a precursor to 15, but I think I've only seen that statement like one time, and I don't know who even it was from.
They would let us know, because remember when they did Final Fantasy X-2? And
Yeah.
13-2, and 13 had I think 3 or 4 spinoffs. Something crazy.
Yeah.
But so we would know. It looked similar, and I haven't played 15, so I thought maybe, but it's not. You're confirming it's not?
As far as I know, it's not. I'm not going to sit here and confirm it, but at the same time,
I mean, through the demo,
it is softly connected to 14 in a way, but only because the people who created it also created 14. So Yoshida, I think the producer, the director, the one of the combat directors, the music, and the American director for localization are all people from Final Fantasy 14. So a lot of these people are actually from that game over to this one. And I will say that this is, I don't know if it's the first M-rated Final Fantasy game. I don't think so.
Oh.
But it is very dark. Yeah, and it's very bloody. We'll give you that.
Yeah, interesting.
Which was a surprise to me.
Yeah.
I started going through it, and immediately I could tell this is the beginning of the game. Which at first I even stopped at a certain point, because I was like, well, if I'm going to just play the game, I'll just play the game. I already have it pre-ordered, so I don't need to start a week early. And then I had a friend who went through the entire thing, and he was, telling me all about it. Well, not all about it, but he was telling me that it was really good. You should give it a shot. And so he kept pumping it up. So I was like, fine, I'll go finish it out. And surprising, it got really good. And there was a point where I was like, well, what happens? Because I saw little spoilers on Twitter, little things that I wasn't sure what was a spoiler or not. I couldn't figure it out. And so I started trying to figure it out in my brain based off of, other stories and stuff. Okay, what's going to happen? Like, what's going to be the twist or whatever. And honestly, it caught me off guard pretty hard. I was really surprised that it caught me off guard. Like, some of what I thought was right, but then there was like a whole other part to it that threw me off. So I'm really curious to see how this game goes. And at the moment, it looks a lot of fun. And I was a little afraid they're going to really westernize it. But at the same time, the combat still feels really Final Fantasy. So I'm excited for it. And apparently, combat directors from 14, from Kingdom Hearts, and apparently Platinum Games. So a while ago, they said that this was influenced by Platinum Games' combat system. And recently we found Platinum Games has also been working on it entirely. It's not even just like inspired by it. It's they've been working on it. So they're just a part of the whole game as well. So that's interesting.
Really?
So
yeah, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that was kind of leaked, I think, a little while ago.
Why not say that? Like, why?
I don't know what the issue was, but it was just weird. But the game itself is super fun. So
yeah, especially in the time of like just leak after leak, like someone's gonna find out. But I did not know it was M-rated.
I didn't know either until I got it and until I watched it. So yeah, Platinum Games helped develop part of Final Fantasy. They've got so Platinum Games and Kingdom Hearts team. So it's It's really fun. I was having a great time with it. I don't want to spoil anything, but the graphics are phenomenal. This demo is an early build. It's not the finished build. So,
right. But it comes out Thursday?
Yeah, it comes out real soon. I'm going to try to get this episode up before it comes out. But yes, it does come out really soon.
So, did I tell you that I actually started Final Fantasy Stranger in Paradise, Final Fantasy Origin?
Wasn't that the Dark Souls-esque one?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
And yeah, it's very much... I turned down the difficulty just to get through the opening sequence.
But is it as polished as like Dark Souls?
Gosh, no.
Okay.
It's not.
That seems to be the issue, because even when the Star Wars one, the new Star Wars Survivor games, that's the issue with at least the first one. I don't know what the second one is much. Is that it does the same combat, but it's always not as good.
It's just
like,
not.
It's not as tight.
Yeah, and I love Dark Souls, and it's not wrong to replicate it, but why not just go your own way if it's not going to be that polished? I don't know. I've never developed a game, but yeah, I started it and it's all right. It honestly seemed like a placeholder until 16 came out.
Mm-hmm.
I'm also just I'm like, but why do it at all if I don't know? Maybe they got just the money to make all these different games at once. Why not just invest all in 16, and promote that? So I actually own that game, and I played it for a while, and I don't know why I never talked about it. Probably because it just kind of was underwhelming, and it kind of turned me off from 16 a little bit. But I know 16 is a mainline, and it's not going to be. They're going to do it right, because we haven't had a mainline since 15. But when was that one? 6-7 years ago?
Yeah, it was a while ago. I don't remember. I remember getting really pumped for that one as well, because I actually they had an event in LA.
Oh yeah.
So I went to an event with it.
That was a while ago.
Yeah, it was.
You ever gonna go back to that?
To the event?
Yeah.
Probably not. I can't see why I would.
Oh. Because you're into it. Because you're into the online one.
Yeah. The 14 event. Yes, I would go to the 14 event again. But I don't know about the 15 one. I don't think they do another 15 one again. But the 15 one was actually pretty fun. I think.
I see. That was separate.
It was a 15 event. No, it was a 15 event that we went to, which was separate.
Are you getting the game digitally, or are you getting a physical copy? You said you had a pre-order.
I'm getting it physically because I hunted down one on Target for a gift card, a $10 gift card. So I ended up getting, because I looked at all the pre-order bonuses, and that was the one that seemed the most likely that I was going to go with. So, because I didn't really want to pay the full price, and also my wife had a couple bonuses through Target, so we were just like, I'll get it at a discount.
Yeah,
it's usually how I pick if I'm going to get it physically or digitally is cost. If I'm going to get it full price, I'll probably get digitally. But you can usually get better deals physically through different stores.
On launch, eventually on
launch, yeah.
You could, I've been getting tons of digital games for dirt cheap, but you gotta wait. There's no way I'm getting Final Fantasy 16 in the next. I don't know. It might go on sale around Christmas digitally, but I plan on playing it sooner than that. For
sure. So, why don't we? Well, you want to talk about Zelda real quick a little bit?
Yeah, I'm over 100 hours on that game, which is rare for me. I haven't played a lot of games. I'm on summer break, so that's a big plus. But even if I stick with a game, I complete the story, I move on. So if a game's 20, 30 hours, that's about the time I put into it. I might complete a game like I did The Last of Us 2. I 100%ed that game. Spider-Man, I 100%ed. So, that bumped me up to 50, 60 hours. But I didn't realize this either. But you know how the Switch tells you, I think most consoles will tell you the hours you put in now. But the Switch tells you right up front. I didn't even notice, and it popped up, and I was like at 85 plus hours, and then I was like, well, I'm gonna go way above that, and so, you know, I kept playing, and my wife was even like, hey, you gonna be done with that? I was like, I haven't even gone to the depths, my love. Like, I still have to map out that entire bottom map, and so now I'm at 100 plus. I don't even know if it tracks it after that, but I mean, I'm still going. Like, I'm probably over halfway done, and I'm starting to feel like a little fatigue, and I'm kind of like, I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to move on. But yeah, I mean, another plug for Zelda, three casts in a row. I can't recommend it enough.
And it's selling pretty bad too, so you really got to help them out.
Yeah, exactly, their sales are tanking, kind of like the Flash. Only, wait, no, they've probably sold 55 million copies by now. Probably, maybe not, but
I wouldn't be surprised at this point.
I just like at this point, it definitely feels like Breath of the Wild, but it doesn't. It's just not. At the same time, it doesn't. It's so weird. It's hard to explain if you haven't played it. I highly recommend it. And yeah, I'm probably gonna hit 200 hours in that thing.
Nice.
I'm probably so.
Nice.
Yep, that's my Zelda plug.
All right. And well, let's just move over to the soapboxes. And what happens with GameCube games? What was that?
So, as you guys know, I resell video games, and I've kind of been hitting GameCube pretty hard because it's like, I don't have the stats, and maybe I need to go back and look at the stats, but just from my experience, GameCube sells really good. So I've invested lots of money in GameCube games, in buying them and reselling them, right? Xbox is terrible. I did one big investment. I put like $1,000 into a lot of Xbox games, and I think I barely broke even, maybe. And so I was like, all right, never mind. And these were like big titles, right? Like big title Xbox games that should have sold for more. Anyways, GameCube's hot. So the downside to it, though, is that for whatever reason, people have been treating their GameCube games like freaking coasters, man. And
so the perfect size. So that's only.
It is true. I've thought about. So I've had some really expensive games that are just they're shot, right? Like Pokemon Coliseum, $200 game, gone, just out the window. You know, and I didn't invest $200 into it, obviously, but I don't know. I probably put 125, maybe 150 into it. Just gone. And I was like, well, what do I do? Do I put it in some resin and sell it for a coaster, like you're saying? And I just don't know.
You're not going to get that much for it, I'm sure, at that point.
No, not at all. But at least I'll get something back, because now it's just trash. But here's like what I'm getting at. I have four or five Mario Kart Double Dash cases, just the case for the game, because I have 4 or 5 discs for Mario Kart that are just trash. And I have one that works, but it looks like it's someone threw it in sand and then stepped on it and swirled it around. But it works for I don't know how, and I'm scared to like buffer it in the disc resurfacer, because what if it doesn't work after I put it through?
Yeah, that's the scary thing. I know, I've heard that before.
But like with PS2 games, like no problem, throw them in the resurfacer, and it brings it back to life. Xbox games brings it back to life, like almost 90% of the time. But these gosh dang GameCube games, and maybe that's why they're so hot. Is just they're literally dying
less
out.
Of them, yeah, that's very possible.
And the Mario Kart makes sense, because that game probably got played and borrowed and traded and brought to friend's house probably more than any other game on the GameCube, the Double Dash game. But like I had one, I have to return it. I bought one game on eBay, and I'm working with the guy right now. It's not loading, and he's like, I tested it. It's like, yeah, but it's not working. And and it looks fine. And
Yeah.
it's just like, what? But some of them are just like, what happened to you? What happened to you, GameCube?
Who hurt you?
Exactly. So I don't know if someone has an answer. If you decided to play frisbee with your little brother, just let me know. Shoot us a message.
Yeah,
Tell
let us
me,
know.
I don't know what to do because I lose money, but at the same time it makes me the most money. So that's my soapbox.
Right. Okay. Well, I got a pretty quick one. I was just excited because me and my friends are raiding again. I have a whole raid team. We have 6 people, and we have 2 new people that have joined us. We've taken down the current trial in Final Fantasy XIV, Golbaz, and farmed him for his weapons. And now we're moving on to the next Savage tier. So we started that today, and it was interesting. We got to the first big mechanic, so we will be working on that. So I was just going to give a shout out to them. Hopefully we'll keep going this time and don't wrap up before
disband
like halfway through. But it seems like we're going strong this time, so I'm excited to see where this takes us. So will be fun. But
how did you get the new team?
The 2 members we recruited. Yeah, we recruited 2 members. We had to recruit them through Reddit and another Discord. So,
dude, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty fun.
I'm glad you found that.
Yeah. So we're enjoying it and we're having a good time. So we'll have to keep you all updated in the future. But for now, I think we're gonna call it, and we'll have to see you in 2 weeks and have an update. Maybe we'll talk about Hellboy next time.
Hellboy.
So
what was it? 2017 one? If anyone was
something like that. Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
We'll let you know.
All right. Later.
Have a good night.